what is mean by the evolutionary forces? Means the forces which bring changes in gene pool of population. So those forces are generally called as evolutionary forces. The forces which bring the changes in gene pool of a population. When population we are taking means the population allelic frequency or the gene frequencies we are taking. That frequency, the changes, whatever the factors they are, so forming, those forces are generally called as evolutionary forces. So among these evolutionary forces we are taking, one is a natural selection, the second one is a gene flow, genetic load, and fourth one genetic drift. Basically these are the four forces, they are involving into the evolutionary process we are taking. So one by one can be studied. First one is a natural selection. Here natural selection, in this force or in this factor we are taking, means natural selection factor we are taking, how many ways the nature is selecting the organisms, means the three ways it selects into the three types of the selections are there in the nature. Okay, so what are those? They are the stabilized selection, second one is a directional selection, and the third one is a destructive selection. Here stabilized selection, directional selection, and the destructive selection. So how these stabilized selection, directional selection, and the destructive selections are occurs means, for example, we are taking a population, one particular population, a large population we are taken, in this large population the organisms which are having the both the extreme ends, okay, those are having the both the extreme ends, those are going to remove from the, those are going to extinct. The organisms which are having into the average values, the average frequencies, those are stable into the environment we are. That means the extreme ends of the population we are taking, the extreme character populations we are taking, they are going to extinct. They are removed from the population. Those allelic frequencies are, those alleles are, or those individuals are removed from the population. So those who are into the average values are there, average characters are there, those are becomes into the selected by the nature. So this type of the selection is called as a stable selection. Stability, it is maintained to the average values we are, stable selection it is, or the stabilized selection process. Second one is the directional selection. In the case of the directional selections we are taking means the extreme ends of the population. In a population, one extreme end of the population is migrated into the another extreme end. For example, here this is a one population. The one end of the population, this end of the population, it is migrated towards into the another end. It is migrated towards into the another end. Okay, one extreme end of the alleles or the population is shifted towards into the another extreme end, and here their number is going to increasing. So the direction is occurring towards the one extreme end to the another extreme end. So it is called as a directional selection. Okay. So here the average population in the case of the stabilized selection or the directional selection we are taking, it becomes into the constant. It won't be changes, or the changes are not occurs in the case of the average populations in the case of the stabilized selection or even into the directional selection. So we are taking this. So this is called as a directional selection, the second type of the selection process. The third one we are taking is disruptive selection. So in the case of the disruptive selection, what we are explaining the disruptive selection means, in a population, here in this population, both the extreme ends of the population, whatever it may be there, both the extreme ends, these are removed from the population. Okay, these are removed from the population, disruptive forms. So both the extreme frequencies, that is the lower frequency populations, they are removed from the population, and only the middle, whatever the average values are there, these only existed in a population for a longer duration. We are taking, sorry, in this population, that is average value population we are taking, means this average value population is removed from here. Only those are into the extreme ends are presented. These only existed here. These only existed. So and this population, the average value population is removed from the population. These alleles are removed from the population. So it is completely opposite to that of the stabilized population, stable selection process we are taking. Stable selection process, what it is happened, average population allelic frequencies withstanding into the population, extreme ends are removed from the population. But in the case of the disruptive selection, both the extreme ends are there surviving, only the stable or the average frequency of the alleles are there removed from the population here. These are the three types of the natural selections are occurs in a population. So according to their allelic frequency, this is the one factor which influencing into the evolution process here. That is the natural selection process. The second factor is gene flow. The another factor is, the next factor is the gene flow. So what is mean by the gene flow? Gene flow, or it is also called as a gene migration. So gene flow we are taking means gene migration here. So what is mean by the gene flow or the gene migration means, for example, one particular population, some number of individuals. So we are taking some number of the individuals they are separated from the population and they are migrated into the new areas or the new population. So that time what it is happened, for example, you are taking into the here it is a one population. In this, the number of individuals are presented. This is the population 1 or original population here. This original population 2, some of the individuals from this population, for example these 2 or the 3, so these are separated from this population. They are comes out from this population and entered into a new population we are taking, means they are entered into a new population from here to, so these individuals are separated from this and entered into a new population. That means from here to these are migrating here. Migration is occurs here. This population immigration is occurs. the migration and the immigration, the allic frequency of the population is becomes going to changing here. So whenever the population frequency is going to change, that time the gene pool also going to change here. The gene pool changes are occurs, it leads to the evolutionary. So forces are rising here. This is also one of the evolutionary force, that is the genes are becomes migrating from the one population to the another population. That time, so whatever it is the original population, so their frequency of this particular genes are reducing. Whatever it is a new population, it is getting into those individuals, those genes, their allic frequency is going to increasing here. So like this migration and the immigration and the immigration. So because of this immigration and the immigration, allic frequency changes are. This is the second factor. Gene flow is the second factor. And the gene migration is the second factor which are influencing into the evolution. Next one is the genetic load. The third factor which influences the evolution is genetic load we are taking. So what is mean by the genetic load means the deleterious effect, the deleterious allic frequency in a population, the deleterious alleles are forming is called gene load. The formation of the deleterious genes in a population. So what is meant by the deleterious genes means generally these type of the genes or this type of the gene frequency is the very less. Okay, they are the very less. For example, sickle cell anemia you are taking this. In the case of the sickle cell anemia, in the case of the sickle cell anemia, those who are into the heterozygous for the sickle cell anemia, HB and the HbA, we are taking means these are able to survive with a minimum health condition. So these individuals are able to survive for their leads into their life for the minimum health, a reasonable health we are taking. But those who are into the homozygous sickle cell alleles are presented. These are not reaching the up to the puberty or up to the reproductive age. These are going to dying before reaching into the reproductive age. That means the allelic, the disruptive or the deleterious alleles, whatever it is the deleterious alleles which are forming into the population. So those individuals are not able to reaching up to the reproductive age. Whenever they are not going to reaching into the up to the reproductive age, those alleles are not continuous into the population. They are eliminated from the population after a few generations we are taking. Only the less frequency of the individual with a minimum average healthy condition, they are able to survive into in this population with a sickle cell genes we are taking. So this is called as a genetic load. This type of the allic frequencies, this type of the genes are called as a gene load or the genetic load here. This is also one of the factor which influencing the evolution process we are taking. Okay. Next one is the genetic drift. Genetic drift here. Genetic drift. Or it is also called as the civil right effect. Genetic drift or the civil right effect here. So what is mean by the civil right effect or the genetic drift means? It is explained by the two factors we are taking means. So what are those two factors means? One is the founder effect. bottleneck effect, another one. So founder's effect and the bottleneck effect. So first of all, genetic drift means, for example, one population we are taking, one particular population we are taking. In this particular population, the frequency of the alleles, any one of the allele, very less quantity of the allele, the frequency of the allele is becomes into the less than the 1 or the 1 less, either it is the 1 or the less than the 1%. Those alleles are either losses from the population or fixed in a population. Either they are eliminated. That means, for example, in a population where that means P, the frequency of the allele, one particular allele is the P is the 1%. In a population, the P alleles are into the 1%. These alleles are either they are fixed that time the P equal to the 1, whether they are eliminated means the P is equal to the 0. P is equal to the 0 here. That means in a population, whatever it is alleles are there, very low frequency, in a number of generation, they are eliminated from the population. They are removed from the population. Those allelic frequency is not withstand into the population. So those who are into the major, so those allelic frequency only withstand, or those population is maintained into the those alleles only. So this is expanded by the this is called as a genetic drift or the Seiwell Wright effect. So those two are explained by these two effects we are doing. First one is the founder's effect. So what is mean by the founder effect means, for example, when a population, one single population we are taking means, here this is the original population. This is called as the original population. From this population, those individuals are becomes into the very high, and those alleles are becomes into the very low. For example, here A positive, B positive, so AB positive, so A positive, B positive, O positive, and the A positive, B positive. Like this, some blood groups are there, O negative and the AB positive. Like this, some blood groups are there. Here among this total population, the O blood groups we are taking, so O positive and the O negative we are taking means O positive and the O negative we are taking. So very less frequency, these are presented into the original population. That time, suppose this O positive or the O negative, they are separated from the original population and they are reaches into the new geographical regions. There they are developing to a new population. So at that time, it is isolated from the original population, forming into the new population. This effect is called as the founder's effect. Those who are isolated from their original population, they are acting as the founders. These are acting as the founders we are taking. So from there to the new population is forming here. Here all the individuals are, their allelic frequency of this population is similar to that of the founders only. Example we are taking the Red Indians. Red Indians, most probably the community, the population of the Red Indians all are into the O group only. The blood groupings we are taking, the remaining other regions we are taking, so all types of the red blood groups are presented in a population. But the Red Indians we are taking 100% majority of 100%, approximately 100% of the population is having into the O blood group persons only. The remaining other blood groups are we are not identified into the Red Indians communities we are taking. So this is called as a founder effect. So this type of the populations are forming because of the founder effect here. The founders are nothing but as those are isolated from the normal population and developing as a new population. This is one of the factor which causing into the genetic drift. That is, population changes are occurs because of this effect in a population we are already existed population. Next one is a bottleneck effect. Bottleneck effect. So here the bottleneck effect is occurs. Actually, the genetic drift is not occurs by a selection. By a chance, the genetic drift is occurs. By a chance, allelic frequency changes or occurs here. So the changes are occurs into the alleles by a chance here, not by a selection process. That is called as a genetic drift. Suppose in the bottleneck effect we are taking means in a population, in a particular population we are taking means here this is the one particular population. In this population, their surrounding environment, a natural calamities or the natural disasters are occurs. So after the completion of these natural disasters, only a few individuals only so withstand after these natural selections. Only the few individuals only they are withstand it into the after the natural disasters we are taking. So those who are developing, so these are variating from their original population by genetically, they are separating, their genetic makeup is altering, variating from their original population. Later on, after the natural disasters, they becomes developing as a new population here. That means here nothing is there. First of all, here these are the number of the individuals in your population 1, original population, that's population 1 we are taking this. So in this population, what is happened? Natural disasters are occurred. For example, cyclone is occurred. So because of the cyclone in this population, whatever the individuals are there, all the individuals are they are going to die. Only the few number of the individuals are survived after this natural disaster. So after whatever it is remains there into the population, those who are wantedly they are changing their gene pool from their native population here. That means they are forming the changes according to the changes of the environment, the surrounding environment after the natural calamities, and forming into a new genetic makeup is forming and they are developing as a new population here. So this is called as a bottleneck effect here. How it is means, suppose the different colors of the beads or the marbles we are added into the bottle. After twisting into the bottle, so by the chance only the one or two color marbles only they are comes out here. The remaining is there into within the bottle. So those who are comes out they are developing as a new population. They are separating from their new population here. So this is called as a bottleneck effect. So that only given the name of the bottleneck effect here. Okay. So these two effects are explaining into the genetic drift. That means the changes how the allelic frequency becomes going to change in a population means. So by these two effects only. So this is called as a genetic drift here. So like this, these factors, genetic drift, genetic load, and the gene migration and the natural selection, they are bringing the evolution and they are forming into the new species, and the new organisms are they are developing like this. In the nature we are taking means a new organisms are there, that these different types of the new organisms are developed by this evolutionary process only. Next one we are taking means mechanism of evolution. Mechanism of evolution we are taking. So here the mechanism of evolution is nothing but as the process of evolution which is forming evolutionary changes, that is called as the mechanism of the evolution here. Actually, this evolutionary changes or the evolution is deviating from the Hardy-Weinberg law we are taking. So Hardy-Weinberg law or the theory we are taking means, so So what it is explained in the Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium or the law means, the Hardy-Weinberg law or the equilibrium is explaining that in a population, the frequency of alleles are always constant. They are trying to maintain the always into the constant here. Okay. So, for example, what it is explained the Hardy-Weinberg means, in a population, any one of the population we are taking, sir, the frequency of the alleles always they are trying to constancy. They are trying to constancy. Whether the population is having into the one allele, one type of the allele, whether it is having into the two type of the alleles, whatever it may be, the alleles are always trying to constant, to maintain the frequency into the constant. To explaining this, here suppose he is taken into the two alleles are present in the one population. So how they are acting means, for example, P alleles are presented and the Q alleles are presented. These are the two types of the alleles in a population means these are always equal to 1. P plus Q whole square is always equal to the 1 only. That means either the recombinations are also forming in the population. That means P square plus 2PQ plus Q square equal to the 1. So whether the recombinations are formed, whether they are not forming into the recombinations also, they are always trying to maintain into the, so their frequency number into the 1 only. Okay, they are always trying to maintain into the a constancy. So it is explained by the Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. The formula of the Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium is P plus Q whole square is equal to the 1. Or some books they are mentioning the A plus B whole square equal to the 1 here. Either the A plus B or the P plus Q or any alphabets you can use. The totally what is mean by the P or the Q means these are the two different types of the allele. So P is the dominant alleles, Q is the recessive alleles frequency. Any one of the character we are taking means, so one particular trait we are taking means in a population it is having into the dominant individuals and the recessive individuals. The dominant individuals are having the homozygous condition, heterozygous condition. The recessive individuals are also having the homozygous condition, heterozygous condition. For suppose we are taking the recombinant forms also they are having in the population, but all their number is equal to constancy, 1 only, always it is. So this is explained by the Hardy. So the Hardy, whether we are taking the mechanism of the evolution is deviating from the Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. It won't be maintained into the Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium here. Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium, what it is explaining that the population is always into the constant. When it is in the constant, there is no variations into the population. So always the population should be into a similar type of the characters are presented. There is no variations are forming. There is no evolutionary changes are occurs into the population. That is explained by the Hardy-Weinberg. So that only the evolutionary mechanism is deviating from the Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. Okay, it is not follows into the Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. It follows into the evolutionary forces only we are taking. So like this evolution is occurs into the population and they are forming into the new individuals. So this is a process generally called as a speciation. New individuals are forming. So this process is called as a speciation. So what is mean by the speciation? New individuals are forming here. How the new individuals are forming means one species is either they are developing the one or more subgroups of or subspecies are developed. This is a process is called as a speciation. Sometimes from the original species, the original individuals to Only the single type of the individuals are forming in the evolution. A single line of the individuals are forming in the evolution. They are divided as a subspecies. They are separated from the in this species to a new species. Only the one type of the species only it is forming here. So that is the one. Or sometimes in this species is alters or evaluated as a more than the one. That means the two or the three species we are taking means like this. The forces are occurs into the evolution we are taking. So based on that, the speciation we are taking means that again the phylogenetic evolution is occurs and the cladogenic evolution is occurs here. Okay. Phylogenetic evolution and cladogenic evolution process here. Phylogenetic evolution and the cladogenic evolution we are taking. The phylogenetic evolution is also called as a anorogenic evolution. Okay, anorogenic evolution here. This is also called as a anorogenic evolution. And cladogenic evolution is also called as a divergent evolution here. It is also called as a divergent evolution. So what they are explaining in the phylogenetic evolution and the cladogenic evolution means, first of all, we can take the phylogenetic evolution. The phylogenetic evolution here, one particular species is evoluted as a lineage, a single lineage of the new species is called as a phylogenetic evolution. So that means one species is forming the line of new species here. So here that means a line of the new species, a line of the new subspecies are forming. So this type of the evolution is called as a phylogenetic evolution. That means one individual is, because of the evolutionary changes, it develops as a new another species is formed. Only the one type, one lining only it is forming by a number of generations. So evolutionary changes, they become separated as a and forming as a new species here. Okay, a new species is forming. This is called as a phylogenetic evolution or anorogenic evolution. Anorogenic evolution is occurs. And here next one we are taking means cladogenic evolution. Cladogenic we are taking means cladogenic we are taking means here one species is further subdivided as a number of subspecies here. Here initially it is the only one type of the species, but further what it is happened, divided as a subspecies 1, subspecies 2, subspecies 1, subspecies 2, subspecies 3 and so on. Like this, the number of subspecies are formed from the one single species. It is called as a cladogenic evolution or the divergent evolution here. So what it is happened, when it is happened means generally the cladogenic evolution is occurs, geographical isolation is occurs whenever the species is becomes into the geographically isolated. So for example, phylogenetic evolution or the anorogenic evolution when it is occurs means the species when they are withstand within the same habitat, so that means they are living into the same geographical area. So within the same geographical area, evolutionary changes they are making into the species as a new species are forming. So that is called as a phylogenetic evolution. And the second one is the cladogenic evolution we call. It is a geographical isolation. Geographical isolation. So that means the species here they are separated geographically. For example, Darwin finches we can take. So the Darwin finches, the native is the America, okay, American region. So when they are migrated into the Galapagos Islands, a different Galapagos Islands, their big sizes or the big structure they are taking, they are separated, they are forming into the different subspecies here. So this type of the evolution is called as a cladogenic evolution or the divergent evolution is. So these are the two types of the evolutionary process or occurs into the speciation here. Okay. So this is regarding to speciation, two types we are taking. Next, there is two more speciation methods. They are the sympatric speciation and the allopathic speciation. What is meant by the sympatric speciation means? Here, the individuals are living into the same habitat. So they are living into the same habitat, but they are able to interbreed among them, but they are not breeding. They are not interbreeding. They are not interbreeding here. So they are living into the same habitat. Okay. So these individuals are living into the same habitat. They are able to interbreed into these individuals, but they are not interbreeding. They are separated. So that time, so these whatever it is, they are not interbreeding with their population. So after a number of generations, these are separated from the original population and they behave as a new species here. So this type of the speciation is called as a sympatric speciation. This is called as a sympatric speciation here. And the second one is the allopathic speciation. Allopathic speciation means here the species is isolated by any one factor. So any one factor, that is reproductive isolation is occurs. Reproductive isolation is occurs in a population. So that means either geographical separation is occurs. They are not able to interbreed here. For example, one species individuals they are distributed in the 3 or the 4 geographical region. So these are not able to interbreed within them. So we are taking that time the isolation is occurs. Reproductive isolation is occurs. Because of the reproductive isolation, they are not going to interbreed and they are separated from the species and they are developing as a new species here. So this type of the speciation, this type of the new species formation is called as a allopathic speciation. So these are the basically the speciations occurs because of the mechanism of the evolution we are taking. So all these are into the concept of the organic evolutions we are taking.